Good evening, friends. Dick Riculus here, reporting live for WBIGD TV. Today we're going to talk about another product. We're going to have Big D test, prove if it's true, if it's false, if it's right, if it's wrong, if the manufacturer's leading you down a path of destruction, if they're just plain out lying to you, lying to you, lying to you. We are here and we're going to report it, because that's what we do. Dick Riculus here, WBIGD TV.
In today's shocking news, we have another amplifier to look at. That's right, a Precision Power Atom series. Epsilon Electronics is the parent company of Soundstream, Power Acoustic, Precision Power, and Fahrenheit Audio. But in addition to that, they have expanded their horizons. They do portable audio, home audio, furniture, outdoor instruments, and apparel. That's right, everything from earbuds to guitars to shoes. Hey man, we got to stretch it out a little bit, so we can keep making them dollars. Anyway, let's go back to the lecture at hand. Precision Power, car audio for enthusiasts, absolutely state-of-the-art mobile audio. Currently has 4 different lines: a Power Class, Atom Series, Ion Series, and Black Ice. We're going to be looking at an Atom Series amplifier. Looks like there are 5 different models, 2 4-channels, a 5-channel, and 2 monoblocks. We're looking at the big dog, the A1800.1D amplifier. The Atom series are said to have improved power supply and output stage components and monoblock bridging capability. We're going to find out about the specs here shortly. As we gander at Amazon, the current price is $129.99 for 1800 watt amp. Seems like an exceptional deal to those in the market, especially considering this is a Korean-made amplifier. And yep, this is actually sold by Epsilon Electronics, so this is not a fly-by-night company. This is actually the parent company selling it on Amazon, so this is legit. In the box, we see the manual here for the Atom series. Again, the 5 different models we've already talked about before, covers them all, talks about the specs, the wiring, all the be careful not to do this or make sure you do this kind of thing, which is always very helpful. Also, we have a high-level adapter if you want to use this with speaker-level outputs going into the amplifier. In addition, we have the 4 mounting screws, and Alan let us borrow one of his special keys. We also have a bass remote with a sticky thing to help hold it up. But man, this is definitely version 4 or so of the world's cheapest bass knob. At least it does come with the bass cable, and it does use a telephone style connector so it won't pull out. But very plasticky, very cheap. It also comes with the 2 mounting screws so that you can mount it and hopefully it doesn't break. Now, on to the amplifier. Let's take it out of the plastic, sit it on the table so we can take a closer look. And yeah, it's got the Precision Power sticker taped to the top of the amp. Well, apparently this is the part that's supposed to stick over that little window there, which lights up when you turn on the amp, and you can put it in whatever direction you like, up or down. But definitely feels cheesy to me that they don't have a true emblem. But here on, you can notice on one end of the amp, it looks like we have all the different connections in addition to 6 30 amp fuses for 180 amps of fusing. Those are mini ATC style fuses. Power input is here. It's kind of weird the way they're set up though, because they're not in the standard fashion of doubled up together. That's positive, negative, positive, negative. There are also 2 remote connections there. You can use one or the other. Also with the speaker output, same way, positive, negative, positive, negative. Just make sure you watch this carefully when you hook up the amp. You don't want to wire it incorrectly. Further down the panel, we have the remote for the bass gain. Also have a data link, slave or master connection. Also the input right and left, and the high-level input. Notice the RCAs are Tiffany style or panel mount, the kind we really like. When you flip the amplifier around, there's this little panel that you can remove with 2 screws to get to the additional options, including the gain, which is very important, from 6 volt to 0.25. Also subsonic filter, phase shift, bass boost, which is locked at 45 hertz, goes from 0 to 18 dB. Low pass filter, 500 hertz down to 50 hertz. Then we have the master slave switch if you want to run this amp linked with another 1800.1 Atom series amplifier. Precision Power proudly states on the box this amplifier is designed and engineered in the United States of America. and made in Korea. So that's a good news. Now also, if we're looking for dimensions, 13.2 inches for the length, 6 inches for the width, and as for the height, 2.25 inches or 57 millimeters. We ignore the 3600 watts max on the box. According to them, RMS 650 at 4 ohms, 1000 watts at 2 ohms, or 1800 at 1 ohm. So you know what we got to do? We got to fire up the SMD DeMoore Engineering Amplifier Dyno and find out what is going to happen with this amplifier. On the left, we'll see the power output in watts. In the middle, the ohm load. Right will be the voltage of the dyno. We'll also have the remote clamp so that we can calculate the efficiency of this 1800 watt amplifier.
Hold on to your butts.
First test will be the 4 ohm run. It's rated 650 watts at 14.4. Certified. So let's find out what we get here. Here we go, 40 hertz track. We get 483 at 14.52. That's well shy of the 650 that it's rated. Let's try it uncertified up to the clipping point. Again, 40 hertz track. Let's see what we get here. 491 right at 14.45. Still well shy of the 650 watts that is rated. What is going on here? Dynamically, can we get the 650 at 4 ohms? And no, we get barely over 500, and we got strong voltage 14.53. So that's a little underwhelming here based on the ratings. 2 ohms is rated 1000 watts at 14.4. Let's try the certified test here first to 1% distortion. And we get 820. Okay, so our voltage is 14.24. It's a little bit lower. So let's crank it up a little bit. Again, we're using the lithium bank. It was a little chilly in the studio here. But anyway, let's try it out with more voltage and see if we can get this 1000 watts. And at 14.81, we're still 10 to 12% shy at 885 watts. Well, surely to clipping, we can get this 1000 watts. And nope. 857 at 14 volts. Again, about 150 watts shy of the true rating they provide. At 35 hertz, 1% distortion is what it says on the box and the manual. Even dynamically, 925 at 14.5 volts, we're still shy. All right, so 1 ohm mono. It's rated 1800 watts. Can we get some redemption here of this amplifier? Certified test to 1% distortion, and we get 1343 watts, right at 14.45. Yikes. Well, let's go ahead and try the uncertified test while we're doing it, just to see what we can get. And we're still almost 400 watts shy of the rating, 1427 at 14.16. What about dynamically at 1 ohm? We're still a couple hundred watts shy, even with strong voltage, 1639 into 1 ohm at 14.58 dynamically. So here are the results that we measured for the amplifier. It did not meet rating at any ohm load that we tested, even over 14.4 volts. We're also going to show the 0.8 ohm test here, which we will show at the end of the video. And if you stick around to the end of the video, we will show additional tests all the way down to a 0.5 ohm. Does it survive? Does it make more power? Does it shut down? Well, you'll find out if you watch to the end of the video. In order to get inside the amplifier, there are 4 feet on the bottom, which can be unscrewed. These seem very quality oriented, but you have to be careful to make sure they're tight or they will rattle. You don't want that with your bass system. So we're going to take off the 6 screws, including the one that says that I tampered with it and opened up the bottom of the amp. But we don't care because we want to see it. What we got in here? Check it out. Looks very nice. Have our chokes there. We have our rail caps. There are the transformers as well as the filter caps. Speaking of filter caps, 25 volt, 2200 microfarad. Samwahas. Also on the rails, 100 volt, 3300 microfarad. These are Shimiaos. And 85 degrees Celsius, we like to see 105. But overall, I really like the layout of this amplifier. It looks quality on the inside, to be honest. Looks really, really nice. So thumbs up for the design of this. It's just, I'm not sure, about these ratings. It's like, it looks like it's legit. Everything looks good, but what's up with that? Anyway, let's talk about the pros and cons of this 1800 watt quote unquote amp. Build quality top notch, great efficiency. I didn't mention that during the results, but you can go back and look. Dual inputs and outputs, so power inputs and speaker outputs. All connections are on the same side, makes it easy to connect. They are linkable or strappable, hook up multiple of these. And low ohm capable, we'll find out later. And the things to be aware of, the rated versus measured power, it didn't quite meet the rated power. The power input terminals are separate and they're also 4 gauge and they're angled. Small speaker terminals, only 12 gauge. These mini ATC style fuses, you have to buy those. And a cheap bass remote, that's right, plastic piece of junk. But man, this thing's $130 and it did over 1300 watts certified Korean Class D amplifier. I think, in my opinion, overall, this is a pretty good value at the current price. I just hate the way they misrepresent the power output of these versus the actual output. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below about what you think about this amplifier. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you stick around to the very end. We'll show some more tests. As promised, here we go. Let's try 0.8 certified, 40 hertz, up to 1% distortion, and right at 1500 watts, 1485 at 14.34. What about dynamically? Sending that 40 hertz pulse tone into the amp, and here we go. We're getting over that 1800 watt rating here. We're getting over 1900 watts, even though our voltage is a little strong at 14.5, 1931. Let's drop it on down, 0.67. Here we go, certified test, 40 hertz, 1% distortion, 1500, 62 watts, 14.29. Dynamic power, 0.67. Are we gonna bust 2K? Yes, my friends. We're gonna bust at 2115, 14.42. Now we're gonna drop it even lower just for fun. Don't do this at home, but half an ohm dynamic burst over 2500 watts. There you go, precision power. This is Big D. Till next time, I'm out of here.